Well. Guess what? Yes, once again, it's a wonderful Friday evening in Detroit. In fact, it's a wonderful Friday virtually everywhere, I think. Maybe in Australia. Might be Saturday now. You never know. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gay Detroit Radio. I'm James D. I'm your host. We've got a fun-packed show this today. In fact, if I get the nose fixed now, teeth won't work. Yes, we've got a wonderful guy called William Smith. He's going to be on the show today, and we're going to be talking about gay life after 40. I'm talking about career changes, dating, relationships, family dynamics, health. No, really, honestly, it's interesting. Truthfully, honestly, because, yes, we did have a life before 40, and we have a bloody good life after 40 as well. And this guy, honestly, William Smith, really interesting guy, and I had a lot of fun talking to him. And that's gaylifeafter40.com. We'll be talking to him a little bit later. Also, find out why, in Angie's List, when they supported all the LGBT against the Religious Freedom Act, one of their CEO has resigned. Find out why. And then let's find out who one of the biggest families of the years. A bishop, no less. And then in Michigan, Auto Shop is now heading the news. Why is he heading the news? Is he looking for a religious freedom handout like the pizza place in Indiana? Or was it... yeah, somewhere like that, Anyway, some idiot state. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's Gay Detroit Radio. Let's have some nice music. I'm going to play a nice song because a lot of people think that once you get to a certain age, it's like, you start aching, your body starts falling apart, you get wrinkles, you got a couple of wobbles. Get over it. Here's a nice little song. We're living. Consider the alternative. Here's a good friend of mine, Jeff Goot, and it's called Bitter Sweet.
The beauty of a child gets tainted every day. And of all the things we love, there's that much more to hate. Broken promises are all that we can get from the politicians that allow us to live in hope, in pain, in every part of every day. We dream defeat. All the world is bittersweet. Ooh.
Yes, actually, I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs of Jeff's, and I remember him singing the Hallelujah song, which is absolutely wonderful. But this really honestly is one of my favorites. Okay, don't forget, a little bit later on we're going to have William Smith from GayLifeAfter40.com. Sounds really cool, doesn't it? Also, don't forget as well, next week we'll be interviewing a very good friend of mine, Don Miller. Nice guy, very talented guy. We'll be doing a spotlight on Don Miller and Dirty Mind Detroit next week. So we've got some nice, exciting shows coming up. So, as I said earlier, Angie's List, now one of the CEO has resigned. And the reason is because he's actually going to run for office against the Indiana governor, Mike Spence. That's very good. Yes, I like that. Yes. Bill Ostel, sorry, my fault. I do apologize. Is quitting as the CEO of Angie's List, saying he wants to re-enter the state politics and help repair the shellacking Indiana's image that it took from the passage of the Religious Freedom Act. As you know, it really shook the nation by a storm against actually not people wanting to ban, to actually, how can I say this? We do believe in God, but you've got to stop this sort of Bible bashing thing. You know, I mean, we do follow God's love. We don't follow man's hate. This is just ridiculous, this religious freedom. One thing I think in retrospect, when we all sort of condemned, SCOTUS for allowing Hobby Lobby and this Religious Freedom Act law, I think actually in a way it did us a favor, mainly because all the a-holes are now showing their true colors and hiding their hatred and their bigotry in the name of religion. So, sorry, but you know what? It's not going to happen because people now are getting fed up of your shit, basically. You know, and also there's been a few other things that has bitten Hobby Lobby in the ass, mainly because there's a few Satanist groups. They've come out and they want to say, well, I'm a religion too. This is my religious freedom and you cannot stop me. And then one guy last week, he actually opened up the first church of cannabis. And that was in Indiana. That really made me giggle. It really did. It's still making me giggle. Oh boy, they didn't see that one coming. Yeah, the Church of Cannabis. This is my religion. Make it work, honey. Bite it, bitch. Oh dear, that was the best bit of news I had all week. And actually, here's another bit of good news. Bishop Oliver Clyde Allen and his husband are making Ebony's magazine list of the America's 10 coolest families. Now, how cool is that? No matter what you think, or if you like it or not, the definition of family is changing. In fact, it's changing for the better because actually a lot more children now are getting loving parents. You don't have to be a man-woman. A man raising a child by himself and a woman raising a child by herself can do a great job, and a lot do, because not everybody can be a man-woman relationship raising a child. Something happens. Not always. Life we wish could be perfect, but it isn't. And sometimes a lot of married couples do not make the perfect parents. So all I'm saying is everybody tries their best. Most parents do. So man, woman, man by himself, woman by herself, is now joined with man, woman. And you know what? As long as that child or those children are happy and in a loving family relationship, who are you to tell them and who are you to judge what is going on? Simple as that. If it's all done with love, then that's it, because love is the fulfillment of the law. I think that's Romans 13:10, I believe. Not everybody is dumb if they're gay. We can quote scripture too. Moving on. Now, back to home ground Michigan. This is rather unusual. There's a Michigan auto shop saying that we give discounts to gun owners, but will not serve gays. Homosexuality is wrong, and if you want to argue this fact, then I'll put your vehicle together with all the bolts and no nuts, and you can see how that works. Well, unfortunately, in like homosexual relationships, like as in gay relationships, there's a lot of nuts involved, at least 4. So this guy is a total whack job nut, and he's actually the owner of this auto shop in Granville, and he's saying that he will give discounts to gun customers or gun-toting customers or whatever it is, but will refuse to service LGBTI people. Now, refusing to service, does this mean the car or themselves? Because there are a lot of like chat rooms out there who do like to service people. Maybe we should actually clarify that. Oh, but wait a minute. I am Christian. My company will be run in a way that reflects excuse me, I do apologize. I just find this totally ridiculous. My company will be run in a way that reflects that dishonesty, thievery, immoral behavior will not be welcomed at my place of business, he wrote. So therefore, he should then ban adulterers, divorcees, molesters, rapists, let's see, dog beaters, cat beaters, let's see, he's going to have nobody left. If he's truly a Christian and he's going to make sure that dishonesty, thievery and immoral behavior will not be welcomed, well, he's just ruled out 99% of his clientele. He can only service his grandmother. And we've just been through that service part. Seriously. I mean, come on. I know what we're going to do. This we're going to do something different. I'm going to actually play some music. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have William Smith. He's going to be our interviewee this week. And remember, it's called Gay Life After 40. And I think a nice little whimsical song will introduce him. It's a little song that I recorded myself, and it's called Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and see clouds of white. I see brightness of day, and I like the dark, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying that I love you. I hear the babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll never know how much we'll know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, there's someday I wish upon a star. Wake up when the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. The dreams that you dream of, why, oh why can't I somewhere over the rainbow.
Yeah, I'd like to welcome you back to Gay Detroit Radio. We've got a very special guest today, and he came up with a unique idea of a website. I've got William Smith on the line, and he's created a website called Gay Life After 40. That sounds like a death sentence. But it isn't. It's just that, it's just like everybody, everything's geared around like young things and slim things. And we know that really doesn't really happen in life. So, William, explain your website, please.
Oh, great. Basically, it's learning to accept as gay men all the physical and emotional changes that come with getting older, from midlife to, 50, 60, 70, 80s. Our oldest subscriber is 89 years old. We start at 40 years old. And what was missing, I love seeing websites with youth in it and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with it, but there was something lacking in social media, and that's why I created this site. And it has really been taking over SEO, and I've been getting subscribers every single day. I get 10,000 readers that read my blog a month. And our age really is proven, as gay men after 40, that we're adaptable, we're resilient, and very assertive. We survived the 20s and 30s and trying to discover ourselves. We survived being discriminated against and feeling
I'm going to ask one of the old cliche questions of all time. Do you think it's more difficult for gay men to accept getting older than, say, the good old happy heteros? Do you think there is a difference?
I think there is a difference. But I think it's changing. I think most gay men know how important it is to be in shape and to be physically active.
Do you think there's more pressure? Do you think there's more pressure on gay men being in shape? Because of these so-called, at the moment, it's still regarded as that gay men are still like these sort of lone wolves roaming the desert, you know. So is it like there's more pressure for gay men to keep in shape?
Yes, I believe there is. Especially you're comparing yourself to a lot of the media that the advertisers are focusing on youth. Mm-hmm. Sure, they do that in the straight media as well, but in the gay world, you're bombarded by it so much, and maybe you're not trying to get that six-pack, but at least try to keep your waistline down to...
Well, I'm going through that myself because I stopped smoking 5 years ago, and unfortunately you do have the weight gain, although the health-wise, you know, it's better for you, but you get the old flabby middle, and so, you know, over the age of 40, it's a lot more difficult to try and keep your weight down. Don't you find, though, it's like the media is putting too much on the youth, or do you think that gay men are just being a little more vain than straight men, so to speak?
I don't know. I think as one gets older, one is not really, at least for me and the people that I have been socializing with, not just on social media, but just in real life, face-to-face, there's more of a spirituality. They're trying to find themselves, what the meaning of life is. And I think they're throwing away that kind of idea that I have to look perfect or I have to have a 32-inch waist as much.
But don't you think also in America or in like the Western world, don't you think we tend to just overanalyze everything instead of just saying, you know what, fuck it, let's just live? But do you think we just tend to overanalyze it and overthink the problems?
Yes, I do. But I think at the same time, I think when you in your late 40s and 50s, you just say fuck it. And you don't care anymore about what people think.
It's just something about that expression, isn't it? Oh, fuck it. You know, it's like, just like one of the best expressions ever.
Sure. You don't care as much anymore. I know I don't.
Well, I found that once I got over the age of 40, it's like the fuck it syndrome did come in a lot more, but it's like you feel as though you have less to prove.
Right.
You know, and it's like, you know, age doesn't necessarily bring wisdom. It just sort of brings actually acceptance of your mortality more than anything else, I believe.
Right. And I mean, sex can be just as satisfying as when you were in your 20s and 30s. It's not your first rodeo, so you definitely are more relaxed. You know what you like, you know what you don't like. Mm-hmm. Your relationships, you know what had worked in the past, and if you're not in one, you're trying to find somebody that's more compatible. I always tell people that a relationship is a plus, but it's not a must.
No.
That you can be single and still be happy.
Yeah.
And
now
other interests.
In the political field, obviously, you know, it's the same-sex marriage thing that's really hitting the news. In fact, there's nothing else but same-sex marriage in the news. I've been with my guy now for 25 years, and we got married in New York in 2013. In Michigan, they're still trying to, you know, not obey the SCOTUS decision. What are your views on same-sex marriages?
Well, I think it's a great thing. Obviously, it's a person that's fell in love with someone else and is really wanting to show their relationship to their families in a positive manner. Being in a wedding scene is awesome. And
I'm actually going to bring.
I take it pretty serious because you're taking vows in front of.
Well, that's it. But the thing is, as well, like at our ages, I mean, we've been together now like so long, and it's got to a point when you've both worked together for like virtually a lot of your adult life or half your adult life, and you've acquired a lot of things together. And if you lose your spouse, then you're going to lose everything, because at one time the families just, they wouldn't speak to you for like years and years and years, and all of a sudden there's a death, and they start crawling out the woodwork and say, wait a minute, I'm his second cousin from 50 years ago, and I say now this is mine. So it's not necessarily that you're declaring your love, it's like you're declaring more like, excuse me, I want tax deductions, I want hospital visitation rights, I want my life. You are not going to take my life away from me. So in one respect, it's more of a business aspect, not trying to make it as though it is. But when you get to a certain age, you say, oh, no, you are not taking away my life, not what I've worked for. Have you found that?
That both of you worked for. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I totally agree with you. I've never had a situation like that. I've always been in very loving relationships with family members that probably wouldn't have done that, but I've heard stories about stuff like that.
Well, unfortunately, there's an old saying, where there's a will, there's an argument.
Yeah,
and and if you're not covered, because now, obviously, as you know, I'm sure you give legal advice as well, because there's like the healthcare proxy, the durable power of attorney, the living will, and the last will and testament. So these are things we've got to cover our asses for, and it costs bloody fortunes in lawyers' bills for a start.
Yeah.
And then there are laws that can just still pluck it away from you, depending on what state you're in. So you do give a lot of legal advice on this to people, obviously, as well.
Not really. We don't really. We talk a little bit about defending yourself against religious zealots, and that was really well receptive. We don't really talk about legal advice or financial advice as much as well. It's really talking about relationships, family dynamics, having an older parent, health issues, dating, career changes, midlife. Dealing with that. I think when you're in your 40s and 50s and 60s, you tend to be more engaged. You want to be more engaged with others because you don't want to feel alone and abandoned. And this is a great website for it. Plus, we also have a fan page and a closed Facebook group.
All right, let's have some music. Let's have some music, and then we'll come back, because there's other little subjects I want to talk about, because you've got plenty of things on your site. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Gay Detroit Radio, which is on www.radio-ob.com.
Watch me in the corners of your eyes. You're dancing here, that's why I came. I strip you naked in these pictures in my mind. My needs, my wants are hard to tame. Now I wanna run to you, pick you up between your thighs, just to hear you gasp and speak my name. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside, just to hear you breathing as your hips beneath me rise. Let's dance a way you've never seen. I want to creep in you, open the depth of you inside, surrounded by the musk of you and me. You saturate me with the pleasure in your cries, and I won't let go until you scream. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside. I'm in your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, under your fingernails. I'm in your with all the lies. If you'll say that later we can meet, and I'll keep your secret from the public scornful eyes. If that's what it takes to get relief, just know that one day I'll lay it out to your surprise. They don't really care, it's what you perceive. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside. When your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, until your fingernails, I'm in you, you know it. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. When your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, until your fingernails, I'm in you, you know it. Keep it down, keep it pleasure in your eyes. When your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, until your fingernails, I'm in you, you know it. Keep it down, keep it down.
We've got online with us a young man called William Smith, and he has a wonderful website called The Gay Life After 40. And it's about relationships, careers, and whatever. Now what we're going to do is talk about the rejection issue. And is it more difficult after 40 getting rejection? Because, I mean, no matter how good looking you are, how rich you are, how poor you are, how well versed you are, how educated you are, you always get dumped at least once in your life. So is it more difficult after 40?
I think it is, but it's only difficult if you don't broaden your horizons.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going for the same guy since you were in your teens, then let's, widen your interests a bit. You changed a ton in the last 25 years, so shouldn't your taste too change? So might be heavier. You might be wanting to look at other people.
Mm-hmm.
Pick out, a bunch of guys that you've maybe never even considered before. Look around the room and see who's drawn to you, and just not stop and not want to interact with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Really take the lead, so that way you can find that person if you're single and alone and really wanting to be in a relationship after 40.
Okay. I've got a lot of friends of mine who've actually, they've been together a while with somebody, and then obviously some breakups happen. In every walk of life, breakups happen. And I found out, actually, a lot of my gay bottom friends have found it more difficult as they get older to get relationships because they say, well, nobody wants an old queer bottom. Have you found that an issue with your website?
We have a program that it's 90 days to a new gay social environment, and where you socialize with various people in different avenues. Because you're not finding somebody on a gay dating site anymore. You're not. I mean, you can, but that's just one avenue. Mm-hmm. There's other ways of meeting people. There's meetup groups all over the United States where you can meet people that have the same interests as you, and you could find somebody that is really wanting to be with a person with your interests. Mm-hmm. There's private LinkedIn groups for gay professionals in your own town. There's private Facebook groups like we have, the Gay Life After 40 private Facebook group. There is a wide variety of ways to meet other people now than ever before. So it's not something that you say, I'm going to be by myself the rest of your life. It's not necessarily so anymore.
Now, also, there is the old trap as well, which everybody falls into. A lot of the guys, especially, is like once you get over the age of, say, 40, then you start looking for younger things to play with because it's like the midlife crisis. That happens in virtually every walk of life. In fact, really, it's happening to women as well because, I mean, there's the uprise of the cougars. And so what advice would you give to people? Because a lot of people make the mistake of trying to look for younger. So
younger can be fun. You know, it can be a lot of fun, but do you really have the same commonality with that person? Can they really understand your generation, your terms, what you liked in the past? It's kind of hard to deal with a younger person all the time.
To me, it would be extremely. To me, that would be extremely hard work because I'm a mouthy. I'm very opinionated. I like to talk, and I like to think that I can talk to somebody on the same level. I mean, I'm not the most intelligent man in the world, but I can hold a conversation. But younger people just seem to. I'm not trying to discriminate or be ageism, but sometimes if you stay within your own age range, at least you've got a chance of a conversation. This is what I think, anyway.
Right. Well, I agree because a lot of younger people are so into their phones, and that face-to-face conversation just isn't happening as much.
Well, that's actually one thing you've brought me to because, I mean, I found now the younger people don't know how to socialize. They seem to be...
No, they don't.
It's Twittering, and it's Facebooking, it's Instagramming, and everything is like visual in front of them, and nobody seems to actually want to interact human-wise. I mean, trying to get somebody on the telephone. Well, why don't you text me?
Right. Yeah, but there's some wisdom with the youth as well. I mean, they're more relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
They're not uptight. They're willing to explore different. We have a article on intergenerational relationships. We have an article on gay escorts. We've had a lot of articles on different things that I know our audience is thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
But getting back to the social scene for a gay man after 40, you can go to your local GLBT center.
Mm-hmm.
In some of the major cities. There's different meeting groups for that, for 40 and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have something like that in your city, but they have a gay men's chorus and orchestra.
Oh, yeah. They've got all
that. Retreats and...
Yeah, they've got all that.
It's really good.
It just seems to be a little more toned down in Detroit for some reason. After living in New York for God knows how many years, I came to New York, and then they don't even mention the gay pride on the news over here.
Really?
Thought, what? Oh, we're going to put a stop to that,
Yeah. Well, you can do. I mean, I know you're very active and stuff, but people can create their own groups too. If there's not something available in your market, you can create your own meetup group. You can create your own gay men's chorus.
There's also one thing I want to ask before we go, because I'm running out of time. It's like. Now, a lot of people are saying because we're gay, we're not Christian, we don't believe in God, which to me, as well as I do, is complete bullshit, because, I mean, the thing is, God is love, as far as I'm concerned. And if you come from love and you give out love, you're not doing anything wrong. A lot of organizations do not want gay people around, but they're now slowly turning around because it's coming down to the bottom line called money. So, do you know of any? Do you actually do anything on your website as far as like religious help or any organizations that are gay friendly?
Not really. If someone came up to me and wanted to do some sponsorship or something, I have no issue with that at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Catholic myself, and having the new Pope Francis talk about who am I to judge and stuff. That was really awesome.
Well, he seems to flip-flop so much. I call him St. Francis of Assisi because, I mean, the God, he's like 1 minute he's pro-gay, and the next minute now he's just done because of France. He won't allow him to be an envoy or whatever it is because he's too gay. I mean, please. I mean, the Catholic religion has had quite a lot of... bad areas in its political life for the past few decades. I don't want to bring up the usual shit, but I mean, the thing is, if you're going to throw stones, don't live in a glass house.
Right.
So, but anyway, so give us a brief recap of what the site is about and how to get in touch and what they've got in store for them.
Okay, well, we definitely we offer a life coaching session. We have a life coach, certified life coach on board. We also have the 90 Days to a Gay Social Life ebook and stuff that people can read. But every single article, we try to provide realistic solutions. We talk about dating, relationships, family dynamics. We have real people, real relationship articles where we have couples that are actually married and talk about how it is to be married and being in a gay relationship. We have the Gay Life After 40 Spotlight. We focus on leaders and people in the movements that have make a difference in the gay world.
All right.
And you just follow us on gaylifeafter40.com.
That sounds great. Thank you ever so much. And actually, if you ever want to give me an interview, I'll be more than happy to talk about me.
Definitely. You could be a spotlight for sure. I'll be happy to.
Oh, please. I'm an old ham. The fridge light comes on and I start singing. So, William, thank you ever so much. And absolutely wonderful. I'd like actually you to, if there's any time you've got an issue you want to talk about, please, you can always talk and let's get it out on the air. And if you want to do updates on things, please do. Would you do that?
Oh, I will, definitely. Sure.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to William Smith, and the website is Gay Life After 40. There's one before, but do you know what? It gets rather nice and interesting after. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to James D. I'm with Gay Detroit Radio at www.radio-ob.com. Let's have some music. I'll be right back.
Cause I love you. Yeah, baby. Cause I need you. Yeah, baby. Well, lying next to me. Oh, feels so good when you're loving me, baby. You're all my world, yeah. When I hold you in my dreams tonight, I'm gonna love you the whole night. Cause I love you. Yeah, baby. Cause I need you. Yeah, baby. love you. Yeah, baby, 'cause I need you. Yeah, baby.
Yes, that's the wonderful sound there of Don Miller and 'Cause I Love You. He's the spotlight guest next week on Gay Detroit Radio. I'd like to thank William Smith for such a wonderful interview. And look out on gaylifeafter40.com because he's giving me an interview. So you're going to see my fizzog all over the website, his website. So have a look, check it out, and even if you're not 40, please, let's have some fun. Don't forget, once again, next week, Don Miller, spotlight on Don Miller and his music, and that was his song, 'Cause I Love You. Let's go to Texas now. This is good news because Texas companies, more than 100 companies, and other organizations from American Airlines and Apple to the Houston Super Bowl host committee have joined an impressive coalition of businesses pledging to support the LGBT equality in Texas. See, they can even bitch better in Texas. Yes, bigger bitches. Ha! Bigger bitches in Texas. That sounds good. The coalition called Texas Competes launched Tuesday in Austin against the backdrop of 22 anti-LGBT bills in the state legislature. Now, I don't know what it is, but if you just picture this, get a voodoo doll and get a set of pins. Can you picture that now? Get a voodoo doll and a set of pins. Big, nasty, jointy, spikeful pins. Now you pin in that doll where gay marriage is going to hurt you. Just think about that. Where in hell is gay marriage going to hurt you when it's not going to be in your bedroom, not going to be in your house, unless it's your children or an aunt or an uncle or maybe a parent? But listen, really, stop your crap. An update on the Michigan Auto Shop. The Michigan Auto Shop, he said, we give discounts to gun owners but will not serve gays. Apparently he's in hiding because just a short while after his absurd statement, he went into hiding because people were threatening to burn down his shop and giving him death threats. Now, although he's an idiot and shouldn't open his stupid big fat fucking mouth, really, he's opening his mouth. Sticks and stones, sue the little bitch. Hit him in the pocket. Boycott him. Don't use his business. Make sure he can't get any more money. Make sure he doesn't get a loan. But stop with the death threats. How childish. And stop with saying, oh, I'm going to burn down your building. Please, come on, let's be grown up about this. The idiots are out there. Let them be the idiots. We be above it. Just sue the bastards. Hit them where it hurts. The wallet. Here's a rather odd bit of news. Egypt has now banned gay foreigners. Well, this is totally ridiculous. I mean, how can you ban somebody that's bringing money into your country for a start? But yes, Egypt is now banning gay foreigners. I went to Egypt, Cairo, many years, about 25, 30 years ago. And then it was like the gayest city I've ever known in my life, because what it is that they believe that God is going to be born of man. So the next son of God is going to be born of man. So they actually sort of use their women for like babies, but then they screw each other rotten, hoping that they're going to produce the Son of God. So I'm just thinking, they're screwing each other stupid, and yet they're going to ban gay foreigners. Well, maybe one of those... I shouldn't have said this, but I'm going to have to. Maybe one of those is the alternative Virgin Mary. I'm going to burn like tissue for that comment. Yes, so what an idiot. I just love that, the alternative Virgin Mary. Talking about another alternative Virgin Mary, the Pope actually, the Pope again, the flip-flop Pope, Francis of Assisi, has actually stopped an ambassador from France, mainly because he's too gay. So France has now turned around and said, fuck you, basically, and they're refusing to rescind the nomination of a gay ambassador to the Vatican. So, he's not very progressive, is he? What an idiot. Really. I mean, I'm just so full of it. I am so fed up of these idiots. Let's have some music. I'm James Dean, you listen to Gay Detroit Radio. And we're on Fridays at 9 p.m. I like this show.
Back room, gambling in the smoke room. The coppers in the alleyway, they're coming up the back seat. She asked me what I want to drink, I asked her if she ever thinks. She looked at me like she knew me when she walked away. She gave a wink. I don't know your name, but please just let me in. The liquor store's been closed for years. I know you got bad touch, Ooh, let's get it up. Drinking from a paint can, chasing down a mailman, swinging from a tree branch, swinging from a ceiling fan. Learn me what I never know, take me where I never go. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't tell them where the water flow. I can't see your face, but you look just like my kin. This potion's got me all mixed up. One more bad touch here. Let's get it up. Walking on a sand dune, looking like a dry prune. She says she loves my music, but I'm always singing out of tune. I'll take it as a compliment on every single continent. I can howl like an alley cat, my silence is my dominant. I could never read, but baby, I can sing. Oh, come on over to my place for a world that bear touching. Take me down the boot camp, lick me like an old stamp, whip me back up in the shape and shake me like a leg cramp. Tell me that you wish me dead, slide me right upside the head, chew me up and spit me out. There's no one that I'd rather with. Baby, I can't lose, because I was born to win. So what if I'm an outlaw, getting rich off their touch, Yeah, ooh, let's get it up.
Well, that's it for this week's show. Hope you had a good time. There was Xander there and Bathtub Gin. I really do like that song. Hopefully we'll get back on the show next week. Don Miller, Dirty Mind Detroit. Lots of music, big spotlight, nice musical show. I'm James D. Thank you for listening. See you next week. Bye.